Hi, what's up everyone? It's Rayvon from Love Lola. Welcome to my channel. Today I am so excited about the bag that we're going to be making. This is the Yenna by SewingArtz. If you haven't heard of SewingArtz by now, I don't know what rock you've been hiding under. SewingArtz is by YAMATA, and she is a bag designer out of Germany. And her bags are so freaking cool. They're just always so unique. They're different. I encourage you to go to her Facebook page. It's SewingArtz by YAMATA, or it's SewingArtz, and just look at her portfolio of bags. They are just so creative, so colorful, just so original. I love everything about them. So I am super excited to be able to be a tester for her new bag. I've been waiting for her to come out with another pattern ever since the Sela, and I'm super excited to make this with you today. How adorable is this bag? This is the Yenna, and it is so cute. It has a really unique shape to it. And then these cool little templates that she uses. I love the size of the bag. You know me. I love a crossbody that's not too big that I'm going to junk up. So this is a perfect size for me. It comes with a zipper pocket on the front and the back. It comes with strap connectors for you to make a crossbody, cool little zipper on top, and inside we make a zipper pocket. And also a slip pocket. All right, let me try it on for you. Oh. How cute. This bag is adorable. I love it. This is mine. I love when I love a pattern so much that I decide that the first one is mine. You know, I'm going to put it on my website. If somebody buys it, I'll make them another one. But this one is mine. I love it. The shape is just so unique. I love the way she has these little overlays. I just love everything about this bag. Super cute. Okay, and as always, if you look down in the description box underneath the video, you can find a link to where you can get the pattern, the link to where I purchased my materials. There's going to be timestamps for you. And also I'm going to break down the cost so you'll know about what I paid to make a bag like this. Are you ready to make it? Let's go. So right now, you should have everything cut out, and I have gone ahead and interfaced all of my exterior pieces. I did not interface my overlays. I'm using waterproof canvas, so did not interface those either. For my bottom piece, I used heavy interfacing, and I also cut out a piece of Pellon Pellex 70 and used that underneath my interfacing. My side panels are interfaced. Again, my main panels are interfaced, just not my overlay pieces, okay? First thing you want to do is use your pattern to mark where you're going to be putting these little cute little side pieces. I applied a little bit of double-sided tape underneath these pieces. I also applied double-sided tape to these overlays. And while I head over to the machine, I'm going to go ahead and be attaching those as well. Lining this up at the top. There we go. So I'm going to head over to the machine and I'm going to be top stitching along these pieces first. And I'm doing this in 1/8 or as close as you can get to the tips. Make sure that you do not sew along the bottom of the overlay where that curve is, because we're going to be cutting that out later. So just along the 4, little edges that are designs on top of the bag. The bottom piece, the little curved piece at the bottom, do not sew that close. Okay, now we're going to cut out the material that we just sewn over. Leave 1/4 of an inch seam allowance on all the pieces that we're cutting, okay? Be careful that you're not cutting your material from the front. That would suck. Use your main panel pattern piece to cut out the rectangle for your zipper on the front and the back panels. So this is where we should be right now. We should have cut out the back pieces that had the overlays attached to it. Now we're going to be making our zippered pocket. Okay, so we're going to grab our pocket pieces. These should be 4.5 inches by 9 inches. One of them should be that, and the other one should be 5.5 by 9 inches. Take your shortest piece and lay it right side facing up. Actually, grab your longest piece. Grab your zipper. It should be opening to the right and closing to the left. We're going to place this right side facing up. Get it clamped together, and then we're going to go and sew it at 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. Okay, now we're going to take our zipper, rotate it so that it is still right side facing up, and we're going to place it on the other pocket piece that's right side facing up. Make sure that the edges are lined up, and then we're going to get it pinned and do the same thing, sew it together at 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. Now, what we want to do why did I do that? I should have put the longest piece. Now what we're going to be doing is placing this under here. But you see the way it's puckering it up, it's kind of hard to get this to lie flat. So what you want to do is lay that down. See how we can open that up? And then we're going to go and top stitch right along here. And that's going to make the zipper lay flat so that we'll be able to lay this on top of it, okay? So I'm going to go and do a top stitch along both of these long edges. Okay, so let's grab our front panel. I'm going to be placing a little bit of double-sided tape on. Alright, and now I'm going to go and top stitch right around here, completely around the box. I don't want to back stitch on here, so I'm just going to leave my thread long in the beginning, and then I'll pull it to the back and tie it, the beginning and the end. How cute is that? Okay, now once we've got that sewn around the zipper, all you're gonna do is flip it over, and you're gonna take this top piece and fold it down. Ignore this. I did the wrong side of my my pieces, so that's why there's so much extra room. But now you're simply going to sew along the side, across the bottom, and back up. And then we're done with the zipper. Now, once we get our pocket completely closed, we're going to turn it over, and if you would like to get a label installed, you can do that. Make sure that you do move the pocket out of the way when you are ripping through for your prongs, okay? Because you don't want whatever you do right here to go through your pocket, so just be aware of that. Once you've got one side done, basically you're going to repeat the exact same thing to the other side. Once we're done with the front and the back main panels, we're going to just set those aside. And we're going to work on our side piece. And in order to work on our side piece, we need to work on our strap connectors. So I've got my pieces. As you can see, I've drawn a line down the middle and applied double-sided tape. And now I'm just going to bend it in to that line that I drew. Get off of me. And now I'm going to head over to my machine. I'm going to top stitch these at 1/8 of an inch. That wasn't right. I'll be back. Okay, now we're going to slide on our D-ring. Where is my ruler? There we go. And we're going to make a mark 3/4 of an inch up. One, two, three. One, two, three. Grab one of your bottom side pieces, and you're going to place your D-ring where the line is even with the top. So you want it centered and the line to be flush. And we're going to just do a quick little stitch right underneath that line to get that connected to the panels. Okay, and now we're going to grab our top piece. The center. And we're matching up the center because they are slightly different in size. So make sure that we do match the centers up. So that's how we want it to look. So right sides facing each other and centered. All right, and we're gonna go and sew that at 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. Okay, now we want to push the seam allowance towards the bottom. So the seam allowance is going down. And then we're going to go and top stitch at 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. Mine are a little wonky and I'm not happy about it. So I'm maybe going and redoing this. Okay, and now we're gonna measure 3/8 of an inch below our top stitch for a rivet. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and mark my placement for my feet. Okay, we've got our purse feet in. Now, like I said, I already interfaced my bottom with Pellon Pellex 70 and heavy interfacing on top of that. Now, let's grab our two main panels and our two side pieces, and let's go and get them interfaced. I will be using foam. So I'm gonna go and get this basted together really quick. Okay, now once we've got everything interfaced with our foam, we're going to grab our side pieces and match up those midpoints. That I did not mark because I'm a horrible person. And then we're gonna go and sew them together at 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. And I'm gonna go ahead and do both of mine while I'm over there, save myself a trip. Right sides together and centered. And once we get those attached to each other, we're going to flip it over and we're going to push our seam allowance going towards underneath the bottom of the bag, and then we're going to top stitch at 1/8 of an inch. I'm going to do all of that while I'm over there. Now we're going to work on our zipper. Now look here, we got to get the zipper right because when we were going through the testing phase of this, and Mana hit me up, and all I know is that I was on Facebook, and then I saw that I had a message from Mana, and I felt like I feel like when you're in school and you get called to the teacher's office, that's how I felt, because I am such a big fan of hers. Like, I still feel like a little kid. I'm so giddy that I'm able to test for her. You know, and so when I saw that message, I'm like, oh gosh, she didn't hit me up on the testers page. She hit me up in my DM, like, oh crap, what did I do? But then I was like, haven't even made the bag yet, so I couldn't have done anything too bad. But I'm still nervous, you know? So I go to my messages to see what she's talking about, and lo and behold, sometimes Facebook translates whenever... Oh, am I using another snake for this? Yeah, sometimes Facebook will translate when it's in another language, and sometimes it doesn't. I don't know how it picks and chooses. But anyway, this day it didn't translate it, so I'm like, but I'm still nervous. I don't want to tell her that I don't know what she's saying, so I try to go and Google it. But when I Google it, the only thing that it translates out of that whole, you know, that she sent me was zipper. And I was like, oh gosh. So finally I'm like, I had to hit her up like, Mana, I'm sorry, it didn't translate. I don't know what you're saying. You know, ma'am. Like, what should I do? And so she was like, okay. And she redid it, and somehow it translated that time. And basically what she was doing was hitting me up to tell me, don't you mess up the zipper, girl. She was telling me, look, don't mess up the zipper. Whatever you do, you know, I have special instructions for you to follow. I don't want a wonky zipper. And I was like, yes, ma'am. I love that about it, Mana. Like, she keeps it real. She's very respectful, you know, still, but she don't play. She's going to tell you what she needs to tell you, and she's going to make sure that you get it right. And there's a little bit of a language barrier sometimes, but is that right? Am I using black? I'm not using black zip. Raven, what are you doing? Get it together. What am I doing? Okay, yeah. Yeah, there's a little bit of a language barrier, but she she makes sure that you understand what she's saying and that you get it and you do what you need to do. So I actually really love being on her testing team. Met a lot of cool people. But anyway, the point was, she don't want the zipper messed up, okay? So we have got to concentrate and make sure. Look at these zipper pulls are so pretty. Can you see that? I know I did a review with them already, but my goodness. They're so pretty. I love them. Anyway. Yeah, so let's be very, very careful. So anybody who makes this bag watching Rayvon's tutorial, we're not going to have a wonky zipper, okay? No, ma'am. I'm not going to have Edmana looking at me sideways. Because she will. Okay, so we need to square off the ends of our zipper tape. So let's do that. I think your zipper tape is supposed to be 14 inches long. Double check it because I think that the length changed from the tester phase to the release. So just check the zipper size in your instructions. Okay, so what we're going to do is go down about 1/2 inch and just pinch. And when you pinch, it's going to want to fold. And let it fold under on itself. And then you're just going to put a few stitches on the side to hold it. Or you can do it at your machine. I just do it by hand because it's easier for me. And then we're going to repeat the same thing to the other side. Okay, so use this piece to find where we're going to be marking, starting and ending our zipper, okay? So we're going to line that up, and looks like it's going to be right here. And right here. Now let's go ahead and put some double-sided tape right there where we just marked. I've never purchased this kind of double-sided tape. I got it from Hobby Lobby today because I ordered some on Amazon, and you know, I'm Amazon Prime, and it's supposed to be, you get it in a day. And it said I was going to get it in a day. This was 3 days ago. And I double-checked today, like, dang, where's my stuff at? This ain't right. What is this? Double-sided clear adhesive tape. Oh, it just hadn't got started yet. Okay. Yeah, so I go to check, like, where's my stuff at? It's been days, and it says will arrive on Friday. So it wasn't Prime. Cut it out. So annoying. This is thicker than what I usually get, that Tandy tape. I guess that's good because maybe that'll do an even better job of making sure that my zipper isn't wonky. Ooh-wee, because I do not want Edmana coming for me. Glad I did get it then. So it's just sticky everywhere, like on the outside. That's kind of stupid. Okay. So we've got that on. Now, she says that when we put this on, you can't just do snips. She said that ain't going to be enough, okay? And if she says it ain't going to be enough, then I believe that ain't going to be enough. She said that we need to use pinking shears or cut little triangles. And I don't have pinking shears, so I will be cutting little triangles because I am afraid of YAMATA and I need this to be right. So the bag should be right side facing up and your zipper should be right side facing down. Ooh, I would have been mad at myself if I didn't catch that. All right, let's try that again. All right. You can go ahead and open that all the way, get it out of the way. I'll put this on the tip just to help it from coming off. Okay, so now I'm gonna go and cut little triangles like she said. Okay, so now we're gonna go and sew along the top of here as close to the edge as we can get. And you're just gonna stop when you get to the mark that we made earlier. Okay, now that we've got that on, we're going to repeat the same thing to the back. This tape is weird. You know how usually the part that isn't sticky is on the outside, so that when you touch it, you're not touching anything sticky? The way they made this one is the opposite. Like, the outside is sticky. Why would they do that? That's crazy. So we're gonna grab that other piece that we just did. We want our panel right side facing up and our zipper right side facing down. So we're just gonna rotate it over. Place it right there at the tip. Okay, so we've got that done. If you would like to do piping, this would be the time to do it. You can just follow the instructions. I've decided that I'm not going to pipe today. I will live to pipe another day. So now I am going to be grabbing my other pieces. Let's see, my gusset. Here we go. Why didn't I mark the center of my stuff this time? I am just being horrible today. Jeez Louise. I'm getting on my nerves. I'm getting on my nerves. I didn't mark my stuff. And I'm getting on my nerves. Oh, at least that marked up. Matched up perfectly. Don't you like when stuff matches up when it's supposed to? Alright, so grab one of your pieces. We'll do this one. And line it up by the center. And pin it. And make sure that the bottom, where your bottom piece meets the gusset, that should be lined up with the cute little overlay patch from the front. So those should line up perfectly, see? I didn't use a different color bottom piece, so it won't be as noticeable, but if you did, it will definitely stand out, so you want to make sure that that matches. Why didn't I use a different color bottom piece? Ugh. Get it together, Ray. I don't know why I didn't use a different color piece. That would have been cute, right? Oh well. Maybe next time. Again, matching up that patch and the bottom and your bottom piece. And then you want to match up your top corners. Okay, now just go and finish matching everything up. This is cute. Oh, wow. Okay, so now we're gonna go and sew that together. We're gonna go and sew this at 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. Okay, now once we've got that one side connected, we're going to go ahead and connect the other side. Make sure that your zipper is not twisted. I am not twisted. If it is, it's not a big deal. You can always go back and fix it later. Just take the zipper off and redo it, but if you can catch it now, you might as well. All right, and now we're going to do the same thing to this side. So cute. All right, let's work on our lining. First thing we're going to do is grab our slip pocket. This is the piece that's 8 by 10 inches. And we're gonna fold it long way. The longest length, fold that in half. Okay, and I'm gonna sew. We're basically sewing around this, but leaving a hole to turn it out. So I'm going to leave my hole right here. Wherever you want to leave it, just leave it. Okay, I'm gonna just trim off the corner pieces and along that long edge. Basically trimming everything except for where we're going to be turning it. Forgot I was using this really thick waterproof canvas. I probably should have left a bigger hole. Oh, there we go. No worries. I never can remember where I get my waterproof canvas from, the kind that has that backing, like that plastic backing that's like super thick. I always get confused when it comes to waterproof canvas, like what is considered waterproof, what isn't. I know it has that backing, but there's been times I ordered some that says waterproof, but then when I get it, the back, it doesn't have that that feel on the back like this. It doesn't have that plastic feel on the back. It's the same on both sides. Why is my camera so... Oh gosh, I'm still learning with this camera and it's giving me the blues. Like it's significantly lighter than it was a few minutes ago. See how it has that backing? Super thick. I thought I ordered it from the same website and they both said waterproof canvas, but for some reason the other one is super thin. I don't know. I'm still learning all that crap. So overwhelming. But I do like this when it's really thick like this because it's almost like more interfacing, you know? Just makes the bag feel really sturdy. I like it. So let's fold that in, that opening that we made. Let's now fold it in so that we can close it. We're gonna pick a side, any side, and we are going to top stitch along the top at 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. All right, grab one of your panels and measure down 2.5 inches from the sides. 1, 2.5, right there. Right there, okay. And then find the center of your pocket and place it in the center. Okay. Now I'm just going to go and stitch along the side, across the bottom, and back up to the top at 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. And while I'm there, I'm going to be catching this opening that we have and closing that up at the same time. Okay, now if you like, you can go ahead and add a snap right here. I'm fine. I'm not gonna do one. Okay, now once we get to this point, we're going to fold our pocket down and we're gonna sew along both sides and in about an inch. And then we're gonna leave the rest open because that's how we're gonna be closing the bag up later, okay? So just along the sides and in about an inch, and that's it. Okay, once we have that done, we're going to connect our bottom piece to our side pieces just like we did before. And we're going to be sewing these at 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. Okay, and while I was over there, I did go ahead, after I connected that and folded, I went ahead and folded my seam underneath the bottom and did a top stitch at 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. Now we're going to do the same thing we did before to get our gusset attached to our main panel. This is me finding my mid pieces because I didn't do it like I should have in the very beginning. Okay, so now we're going to get this sewn on. We're going to start at 1/4 of an inch on both ends, starting in at 1/4 of an inch. And as you go down a little bit, you're going to start increasing it about an inch down. Increase that to about 1/2 of an inch, just so that our bag, you know, the lining won't be saggy. And then leave a hole along the bottom about 6 inches wide. It doesn't matter which lining piece you do it on, but just one of those. Leave it open for about, leave it open about 6 inches so we can turn the bag out later. All right, let's repeat it to the other side. Now, if you have some bunching going on, I think that's fine. You can scooch it up a little bit to get rid of some of it, like scoot it up like that and then trim that off, or you can just let it be and let it pucker a little bit. It just depends on how you feel about it. Some people don't like to have those puckers. I don't mind it. I think it's fine. I just try my best to even it out so that it's not like all puckered on one side, and you know, I'll just spread those puckers out as evenly as I can so that it just looks a little pleated. All right. And this time I need to remember to leave this open. All right, I'm gonna trim down my seam allowance really quick. I'm not gonna trim the top. Go down about 1 inch. Okay, and when I trim the other side, I am not going to trim the piece that we left open to turn the bag. Now we're going to grab our outer bag. And we're going to place it inside of our lining. And we want the lining piece with the zipper to be touching the back piece of our bag. And then we're just going to place that inside. Grab a pin or a clamp or whatever you need to do to get your zipper clipped together and out of the way. Just gonna stick it down in between the exterior and the interior. There we go. And you can put a piece of tape over that to hold it down, okay? And now we're going to clip everything together. I'm going to start Okay, once I get the tape out of the way, I'm going to line up my gusset pieces, the lining and the exterior. Get those matched up first. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and attach the gussets on the other side. Get those even. And we did not cut those seam allowances, so we're able to get them opened up so that we don't have too thick of a seam allowance where they meet. Can open them up flat. Okay, I'm gonna find my midpoints. There we go. And there we go. Match those up. Alright, and now we're going to go and sew along the top at 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. That sounds right, huh? Alright, once we've gotten our lining attached to our exterior, we're going to reach in through our lining zipper pocket and grab that hole that we use to turn the bag out, and we're going to pull that through that zipper pocket. And now we are going to fold that in and pin it so that we can get it closed. Alright, so now we're going to go and just stitch along there to close that up. Once we've got that closed, we can go ahead and just shove that back through. And now we can pull our pocket through, and we can get that closed up. If you pull kind of tight, it will naturally fold in by itself. And then we're gonna clip it and close it up. Alright, y'all, I am so sorry, but I accidentally deleted the next piece of footage for top stitching the top of the bag. So I'm gonna just walk you through what I did. It's really easy, you'll be okay. Basically, once we have it attached, all you're gonna do is roll the seams as best as you can, all the way around. And then I just pinned, after I rolled my seams, to make sure that everything stayed where it needed to be. And same thing for the area by the zipper. All I did was, you know, roll that area, try to make sure that they were even on both the inside and the outside, and clipped it. And then once I had the entire top clipped, I just went and top stitched carefully all the way around the top, okay? You got it. And then after that, I'm gonna go over the straps. It's gonna be a different color because again, I lost that footage, so I just did a strap in a different color just so you can see how I did it, okay? Okay, let's get our strap made. I want my strap to be 3/4 of an inch wide, so I cut it 3 inches wide by, I think this is 54 inches. I drew a line down the center. Now we're just going to fold this in. We don't want to fold it all the way to the line. We want to leave a little bit of a space just to help it not, you know, pucker when we fold it again. So we're folding both pieces in almost to the line that we drew, and then we are folding it over. If you would like, you could use double-sided tape along the sides of this line, you know, and tape it and then go back, but I just do it this way because it's faster and easier and not wasting my tape. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get this done. I like to skip over a little bit between the first few times that I clip it. It just helps the strap not to start to shift, you know. All right, and now I'm going to go and do it all the way through, and then we're going to head over to the machine and top stitch it at 1/8 of an inch seam allowance along both of the long ends. All right, let's get our hardware attached. If you're going to be using a strap adjuster, go ahead and grab it. You want it right side facing up. Grab your strap, right side facing up, slide it up and back over. And then you can either rivet or top stitch or both. I'm going to go and add a top stitch and a rivet later. Okay, take your strap, and you want it to be wrong side facing up, and just slide it down to the other end. Place your swivel hook through it, and then just slide it back. Make sure that your strap is not twisted as you slide it back. Once you get to that adjuster, you're going to come from one end up and back down. Again, making sure that you don't let your strap twist. Check again. It's not twisted. Okay. Take the other end, place it through and under, and again, you can either stitch it or rivet or both. Today. All right, that's it. There's your Yenna. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you like this video at all, or if it was helpful to you, please take a second to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do it. Also, a reminder that I do have a group, Baggie Baddies. It's available on Facebook, or you can get to it on my website, www.lovelolalooks.com. And on that site, we just give all kind of advice to new bag makers, seasoned bag makers, if you're wanting to make a business out of your bag. I also created a database of vendors, fabric, leather, zippers, hardware, whatever you're looking for to make a bag. I have them all listed together and available for you. Just go to my website, lovelolalooks.com, and you can have access to that. All right, thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.